Coach.
What's up?
Ready to play.
What's up, everybody? I am Jake Salter. Welcome to the Cellar Dweller Sportscast Baseball Edition, Episode 3. We're going to affectionately title this one, Does Anybody Really Know WTF We Are Doing? The answer is not really.
Not really.
No,
We're going to have to work on that, though.
We have absolutely no idea, really.
We're
what
working.
doing.
We're working on it. Yeah.
No, it's all good. But hey, thanks for joining us. We appreciate if you're listening after listening to our NFL Free Agency Blitz podcast. That was a lot of fun to do
That was a
with
good
our
time.
special guest.
Yeah. You all right over there?
Wow.
I'm good.
You okay?
All
right.
No special guest for this one. It's just going to be us boring Jake, Jeff, and Francis. I don't know. I don't have anything else. You just want to get into it, guys?
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Sounds good. So, quick show highlights brought to you by... This week it's by Crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't have an official sponsor for this particular podcast
Who was the
episode.
pie last week?
Chewbacca.
Oh.
With
that's right.
Chate. He's here to say hi. Hey,
Excellent.
Chewy. How you doing, bud?
How's it going, Chewy? Punch it.
All right.
Do it.
Nailed
Punch it, Chewy. We're going to do some news and notes from around Major League Baseball, which isn't a whole lot, honestly.
Yeah.
And then we're going to dive in right into the preview of the American League and National League West.
Yeah.
I
So
like it.
should be a fast-ish episode, but a good
quick.
episode nonetheless.
Yep.
I tell you what, guys, I cannot wait for the baseball season to start, though.
Oh, man.
For a couple of different reasons. Baseball, because baseball rules.
Yep.
Spring is sweet.
Like it.
Summer's awesome.
Love it.
And we'll have more content.
Even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. We're gonna.
Even better.
we're like we said. We're just dipping our toes into doing a baseball only podcast.
Yeah.
So, appreciate you guys sticking with us through the first 3 episodes. But we're all excited for opening day, with fans in the seats.
Yes.
That's
I
going to be
know.
fun. I'm going to probably sell a kidney to get some tickets.
Yeah, big announcement. Minnesota Twins are allowing 10,000 fans
Yep.
into the stadium to start off the year on April 8th. We love it. I love it.
Guys, if we
Congratulations.
can-
We're one step back to
Yeah.
normalcy. I love it. It's going to be great.
If we can find tickets, boys, let's do it.
I'm in.
Seriously,
I'm in.
Yes,
I'm in. If we can find tickets, I'm in.
I learned of it from a video the Twins posted on Facebook,
Me too.
and I watched the video.
That's the
and-
one that I posted on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
Yep, that one.
yeah, and I was like, does this mean fans are back? And then I got the official word that fans would be back for the Twins, and I was at work, and I was getting choked up, like,
Yep.
because I was genuinely concerned in the state of Minnesota that they would not allow fans in the stands. Fortunately, we are getting to go to baseball games.
I'll be
so
honest.
excited.
I really thought it was going to happen this year. I didn't think it was going to be this early, but I was optimistic that it would happen this year, and I'm
Yep,
glad that it's going to. And it just shows that hey, we're getting a handle on this thing a little bit.
Yep.
People are getting vaccinated. I actually get mine tomorrow. I know Jeff, you got yours.
I just got mine. Yep.
Yep, I get mine tomorrow. A little nervous for it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm doing my part, what I can. So
It's all good.
I am waiting.
that's fair. You wait, man. It's
Yeah.
all good.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Yep. I just I happen to fall into one of the categories, so I'm going. For
I
it,
happen
so.
to fall in the category right ahead of you, apparently.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's great. Outdoor baseball.
Oh,
we're going to
God,
be
I'm
able to see it
looking
live
forward to
again.
it.
It's going to be great. I'm sure the players are just elated
Oh,
about it too.
having-
And if you guys saw the video, the players are actually
Oh,
really
yeah.
pumped for it to be back.
I think Miguelson knows, like, he looked more pumped than anybody
Right.
I have ever
Yeah.
seen in
Right.
that video. Just like, please come back.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go. I want to go to opening day with a sign that says, "Damn, it's good to be back,"
that'd be
and
good.
just get all of them to autograph it.
Are you
That
going to
would
wear
be so
your
awesome.
what you're wearing right now? Your Respect Minnesota shirt?
Hell yeah!
That a boy.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna wear it. And I'm gonna wear my Bomba Squad hoodie too.
I just had a thought.
What's up?
So you know how we just ordered those Kirill Kaprizov jerseys?
Yeah.
Yeah, huh? Are we
That-
looking at
that was a hungry.
I wonder.
hungry-
I wonder if we don't extend that to the Minnesota Twins. Rob, hit me up if you're interested. What's up?
I looked at the end of last year for the Bomba robes.
Oh, that Donaldson
yeah.
got for the team.
I looked for them. You could not find them. They were not for sale. And I am hoping maybe this year they will turn around and go, man, a lot of people wanted those.
I'm going to stick with my Bomba Squad hoodie that I got.
That thing is pretty sweet.
Yeah, Bomba hoodies.
I almost bought me one of those, but I decided against it. I kind of regret it, but meh, it's all right.
Should have bought the T-shirt.
Fair.
T-shirt would have been all right.
Fair.
Sure.
Yeah,
I was going to buy the T-shirt, and then I saw the hoodie, and I was in the team store. I was like, I'm getting the hoodie instead.
I'm doing this one.
I had brought my mom and my niece to Target Field for that game, and I was like, I'm getting the hoodie instead. And they looked at me like I was crazy, and it was like, you don't even understand.
You just don't know.
Actually, I thinking about it now, I don't really have a Twins hat. I mean, Jeff's got one on right now. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I need an upgraded one. This one's a little bit faded and whatever.
I had one that ended up turning out really, really grody. Like, I'd bought it a while ago, so I just kind of threw it out.
Yeah.
The only one I have right now, though, is it's kind of tight, but it's also got Kent Herbeck's autograph on it, so I'm
Can't wear that
not
one.
going to wear that
You
baby,
can't wear that
right?
one.
I was at Shields the other day, and I almost bought it, half regretting this too, actually. The spring training ones with the Minnesota, the different logo, like the actual state of Minnesota on it, the
yeah.
With the
TC.
TC
Yeah.
in there. Sure.
Yeah, I was looking at that real intently, and I decided against it. I think it was more or less because I was really mad that it didn't have anything other than a Zach Parise jersey, so I just wasn't going to spend any money there at all.
I
You
have
guys know like the green hat that I wear for softball?
Yep.
So that's a
Yep.
twin spring training hat. We happened to go down on St. Patty's Day
all right.
a few
Sure,
years
sure,
back,
sure, sure.
and I found that hat. And unfortunately, it started getting sweaty
Yeah, it
and,
is what
and
it
that
is,
weird
yep.
line. So just start using it for whatever. But love that hat though.
I have two on-field caps that the Twins wear. I have the red one with the blue bill with the gold trim on the
yeah.
TC.
Yep, I like that one.
And then I have the one from 2014, just the navy hat with the
just the TC?
with the TC, but with the All-Star Game patch.
Nice.
As the
there
host
you-
of the All-Star Game.
there
That's my
you
Mauer
go.
jersey. Actually, no, my Mauer jersey is the inaugural
It's
season.
the inaugural
Oh, you
season
got
at
the
Target
inaugural.
Field. Yep.
Right on.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Right
the All-Star Game patch one was a birthday present to me because it's like we're hosting the All-Star Game. I need this
Yeah.
hat with the patch on it.
You can't go wrong there.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
Long story short, I need more Twins gear. So
Same.
Fair.
It is what it is. It's fine. Hey, let's get down to business, though, huh?
Okay.
I like it.
Let's. We're gonna do the AL West and the NL West, and today we will start with, like we always do. We're gonna start with the AL West preview. So we will start off with the AL West champions, the Oakland Athletics. They were 36-24 last year. Some key additions: the big Elvis Andrus trade. Shortstop Elvis Andrus coming in. First baseman Mitch Moreland. I think it was the same trade, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe
I could be
you're
wrong.
Right,
I do not know.
I
not
think
sure
you
either.
are right in that. I think it was kind of like a cap dump.
I think
sort
so.
of or money dump.
Something like that. Let's see. We have Trevor Rosenthal, pitcher. Yusmeiro Pettit and Sergio Romo as well. I know.
I mean,
Right,
he
yeah.
faded hard with the Twins, but I will buy his jersey as a Twin because I've loved Sergio Romo
Yeah.
since he was a Giant,
Well,
and he
and-
struck out Miguel Cabrera looking to win the World Series.
beautiful.
And no lie, guys, that beard he had last year. Oh man!
He
Hardcore good
went
beard.
full quarantine with his hair
Oh,
and
it
his
was
beard.
It was awesome. I love the beard.
Love the beard. And Mike Fires actually re-signed as well. For
That's
the
actually a
Oakland
great
Athletics.
re-sign. That's
The,
a great re-sign by them.
I believe he is the OG narc on the Astros because he was with
Yep.
the team
That's
during
right.
that World Series.
Correct.
You know, I feel a little bit bad. It's St. Patrick's Day. I need to back this off, and we got to come in with some a little bit of Irish music. I think for
All right.
for a little while.
all right.
Yeah,
all
why
right,
not,
that's
right?
cool.
Yeah.
Top of the morning to you.
Did it on the football podcast. Might as well do it here, right?
I like it.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Your thoughts on the Oakland A's, Francis? Anything you got?
They're going to be good. Again, their payroll's going to be really low. I mean, everybody looks at payroll. The A's, gonna moneyball them
Moneyball
ways
A's.
to
Yeah.
their way to another division title.
Yeah, with Yeah, I'm kind of with Francis. They're going to have a low payroll, but they're going to have guys that produce like they do.
Matt Chapman and
year
Matt
in, year out.
Olson still there.
They have a damn good team. That offense is way underrated, and it's underrated after what they did last year, which they were a top offense last year. So, yeah, Oakland's going to be tough. They're going to be a tough out.
Did you guys already spill the beans on who the hell is going to win this division?
I did. I totally did.
I did not, but Francis did.
I totally did. That's fine.
Oh, man. Oakland Athletics, a lot of success after last season in their lineup. Like you said, Francis Matt Chapman, elite third baseman.
Yep.
Gosh, there's not a lot about this team that I don't like. Yeah, I'm with you. I like the A's here. I like them a lot.
Well, spoiler alert, I guess. My bad.
Well, we know who Francis is taking.
Yeah.
Well, I never said who I was taking.
Oh,
I just said I
okay,
like
okay,
them a lot.
okay,
I was like, I'm
okay.
with you. I like them
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay.
But hey,
We only know yours, Francis.
I'm taking these.
Yeah.
clearly.
Fair.
Whoops.
All right. Well,
Oopsie.
I guess moving on. Moving on to the Houston Asterisks. Astros. I do that every time. I do it every time. It's either a habit or I don't know what it is. 29 and 31. They were the playoff AQ and beat the Twins.
Hate them. I'll say it. I hate them.
We suck again.
That sucked.
Anybody that isn't a Houston Asterisks fan, I'm not sorry. I did that on purpose.
I know you
hates
did.
the Asterisks. Like, screw those guys.
Yep.
Hard.
Pretty much.
Jeez. Yeah.
I can't wait for fans to boo them this year.
I know,
can't
that's
wait
gonna be
for
good.
it.
Oh, it's going to be great.
It's a year in the
can't-
making.
when
God.
when they we need to go to the Twins Astros game in Minnesota. I don't care. Let's
Done.
get the time off of
Done.
work, even if it's middle of the week. And
Done.
Go.
I'll put it in right now.
I'm all right with that. I'll do it.
I
do it.
I have some words for Jose Altuve.
I will put it in right now. Let's do it.
and Alex.
Here's what
Bregman.
I'm going to do, though. Instead of taking the day off, I'm going to work, and then I'm going to go to the cities, and I'm going to work, and then I'm going to go to the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like it.
We're gonna
Yeah.
look into that.
Let's do it.
'Cause I got
I
some
don't-
words for Altuve and Bregman.
I don't care either way. I will be there, and I will yell at them with
Are they
Francis.
happy words?
They're not one single word is happy. Not going to be a one single word.
Should we
Maybe
pre-
happy for you.
Should we prepare to get kicked out of the
Yes.
stadium? Oh, boy.
One of the. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
All right.
Key additions, Jake Odorizzi.
I mean, that's a solid pick.
It's a great
It
pickup.
is a
I was
really
really
solid
hoping
pickup.
I was really hoping the Twins to re-sign him, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Michael Brantley re-signed, Jason Castro and Pedro Baez. Anybody have any thoughts on the Houston Astros going into 2021?
Hope they go 0-162.
Well, they won't do that, unfortunately. But
That's all I will never ever root for.
I won't either, but I'm going to be.
Won't say
I'm going to try to
anything
be
good about
objective.
them.
You're
no,
not
I
going
mean,
to. It's fine.
honestly, they're going to be a tough out. They're always a tough out. They just will be. I mean, they were a sub 500 team last year. Now, granted, it was a short season. They'll be above 500, but they're going to be borderline playoff again.
There's a lot of things that you can't really take seriously from last season because 60 games is not good enough.
No,
When you don't have the full season and it's not stretched out as long as it is,
Right.
you don't get those ebbs and flows, and they got caught in one of the ebbs.
Yes, they did.
It was the unfortunate byproduct of a 60-game season.
Yep.
The Astros, I hate them. Yeah, sure, I really do. But that notwithstanding, they've been the top of the division,
Yep.
well, except for last year, since about 2017, and they still have a lot of the same talent that has gotten them to that point.
no Justin Verlander.
Nope, they don't. That's
No,
correct.
that's true.
The cheating scandal has a slight impact, maybe not a slight impact, maybe a large impact on their expectations. I would still expect them to be a threat regardless.
They'll be there, but Oakland's better. I think Oakland is just a better team.
Clearly, because you picked them to win the division already.
All right.
You're welcome. Just gonna own it now. Whatever.
Fair enough.
Distractions, change, things like that. The gap has been closed by the Oakland A's, obviously, a little bit. Again, you have to take that with a grain of salt with a 60-game season, but
Yep.
they were closing that gap anyway, the A's were. And with the whole distraction of being the cheaters and things like that, it's wearing on them a little bit, and I think it's reflecting in their moves a little bit, what they're doing free agency wise and cap wise. But I would still expect them to contend. Maybe just
not a playoff team, in my opinion.
No, I would agree. I'd agree.
Not
with
a
that.
playoff
Sure.
team. I think they lost. They lost too much. Not having Verlander is going to hurt.
Yeah.
I think Zach Greinke needs a Verlander
Fair.
at this stage in his career.
Odorizzi is definitely not a Verlander.
No.
Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but a solid addition to that lineup or to that rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah,
where do
definitely
you-
he'll be that solid.
He's not going to be a bad pickup there. By
Ideally,
any
he'd
means,
be
but-
in Houston. He'd be like a 4 or a 5 because they do have good arms besides
Sure.
Verlander and Greinke. But now he's going to be a 2 or a 3. So
yeah.
losing. I mean, Verlander is good for probably 18 wins right there, and you don't have the arm talent to make that up. You don't.
I mean, you can make up, let's call it 10 of those 18. Probably.
Just based on offensive talent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you can throw out another pitcher out there, and you're probably going to have 10 of those wins of those 18 back, roughly. That might be lower. That might, I don't know. But
it's still
but as an average, as an idea, you roughly have 10 of those back.
right.
But that's still 8 wins less.
A big enough gap to keep them out of the division and the playoffs.
It could. It very well could.
So, just to elaborate a little bit more on the Astros, I mean, with all that said, they still made it to the ALCS last year. I mean, I know it's
DS.
sorry, DS.
Yeah.
I still know it was a short season and stuff like that, but they still
And they also
found
played the
enough-
Twins.
Here's the thing about the Astros, though.
Sorry.
If they find their way to the playoffs, they have
They-
that core that has been there. So, like, that is, I mean, the core has been there.
The core is there. Once they get to the playoffs,
So if they get
they're
there as a
different.
different team, it's
But-
a different team.
But I think they're going to have a hard time getting there.
Agreed.
Is my thing. So.
Agreed.
Well, getting to the playoffs.
For the Astros?
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yes.
I-
Getting there is going to be their biggest hurdle.
If they get there, they're going to be a tough out.
Yep.
They just will
But
be.
their toughest challenge is going to be getting there. I don't know. Anybody have anything else to talk about with the Asterisks?
Cheaters. Nope.
Perfect.
No, not really. They don't have Springer anymore, so they'll look to their other guys to fill the void. But
Right.
I'm not sure if it'll work. All right, cool. Let's move on. Seattle Mariners. Not a heck of a lot to talk about. The Seattle
No.
Mariners.
They are.
27 and 33 key additions. Ken Giles, he won't pitch. He is in Tommy John recovery from October surgery, and honestly,
Nobody worth mentioning.
literally nobody else worth mentioning.
No.
The Mariners have not won the AL West since 2001, where they won 116 games.
That was the Ichiro, like,
His rookie year.
yep.
Yeah. They do have some young talent. Reigning AL Rookie of the Year, Kyle Lewis, J.P. Crawford, Justice Sheffield, if you guys remember.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah,
It's
I don't know what to say about the Mariners.
they're in a rut. Like
They are.
they've been in a 20-year rut, and
Seattle kind of feels like that team that's maybe like 2-3 years away. You know what I mean? Like
I'd say longer than that.
well,
See, the thing
they
is-
have some of that really good young talent, and they just feel like if they hit the right pitcher in free agency, if they hit the right kids coming up from their AAA,
right.
that they're going to at least be starting to look like that team that they were, and I don't know. I mean, maybe they're closer to 5, 6, 7 years away. I don't know enough about their farm system or whatever to really say, but they feel like they might be getting closer.
My thing is the Mariners have been, 2 to 3 years away for the last
Well,
3, but no.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, they've, reading or watching like season previews on MLB Network or reading it in magazines or online. Yes, I still buy magazines because they're fun to read.
Like
sports
hard
ones,
copy magazines?
like hard copy magazines.
fair enough.
I have an NFL draft prospect one in my bag right now.
Really?
Haven't read it yet, but
That's
Do
cool.
you carry a Beckett around too? Do you remember those?
yeah.
Oh, I remember.
I do.
Beckett's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beckett's.
But as I was saying, the Mariners have been, for I would say the last 5 years, 1 to 2 years away from contending in the AL West, and they just can't put it together.
Just
so
can't get over the hump.
it's one of those things like, to compare it to football, like the Cleveland Browns. They went and signed. They'd always go sign free agents, and they would just suck and suck and suck and suck until until 2020.
yeah.
So I mean, eventually, it's going to click. Everything's going to click. But
Basically, they're doing what the Twins did in like the 90s. Basically asking for their fans for patience, basically, and some faith to get there.
We will find our way.
you mean like they did in 2011? After
After the nice run we had.
after. But
Basically.
yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, like it's just like, hey, we're gonna get there. We're trying to build. We're trying to
Right.
get there, but they just don't have the marquee names. They don't have and it's fine, and it'll come maybe. Baseball's weird when it comes to that too. You draft your players, you're not going to see them for probably 7 years,
right?
Yeah.
minimum. And it's
5 if
crazy.
you're lucky, kind of a thing. But yeah.
And if you want to make an immediate impact, it's going to take an immediate free agency signing or a trade or something that typically doesn't really happen in baseball that much.
Fair.
So
Unless you're the Yankees
well,
or the Dodgers.
they're in a different league. I swear to
Yeah,
God.
we'll just
We'll get to the Dodgers in a bit.
That's enough on the Mariners. We'll move on to the Angels. So the Los Angeles.
Los
Angeles. I was about ready to go into Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, but they don't do that anymore.
Correct.
Just the Los Angeles Angels. In 2020, they were 26-34. Just a couple of key additions / re-signings. We have pitcher Aaron Sliggers and pitcher and / DH Shohei Ohtani re-signed with the club.
Ohtani just hit a granny the other.
This is the Angels are probably the biggest underachievers in baseball right now.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, I do.
And they have been for a decade.
Well, it's going to be the Albert Pujols farewell tour
Yes.
this year.
Correct.
Sad.
It is sad, but
Not quite sure how old Albert Pujols is. Did you see that article?
Oh yeah, he may have been.
Oh, yeah.
There was
older
an
than
article
they
that
thought.
that everybody in baseball knows Albert Pujols is older than he actually is. I think
Yeah,
they're saying like he's
everybody?
like 44.
holy F, are you
But-
serious?
Yeah.
But like on his thing, he said he was like 39 or something. I mean, it's like a 5-year.
There's
gap.
like a 5 year 5 years ago he did an interview and he used specific years and then he did his age and then said his age in that year and somebody
Didn't
did the
add
math
up.
and it didn't
It
track.
did not add up.
Whoops.
Yeah, so I mean apparently that was the big thing, in the
He's listed as 41 years old.
yeah,
But
he could be 45.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, to get into the major leagues or do what he did, I'm sure it's what happened.
Right.
What happened,
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm
Oh,
sure.
at that point in time, yeah, absolutely.
crazy.
I mean, takes nothing away from what he's accomplished.
Oh God,
Right.
no.
But yeah, the Angels, decent lineup. They have Anthony Rendon, Mike Trout, of course, who's reaching.
Well, he's
older
30 now,
age.
isn't he?
30. I mean, he's not Albert Pujols, 55.
No, but
You have Ohtani, Pujols, of course. You have Justin Upton, Dexter Fowler.
they have that older veteran team that if
They
they got going, you'd be kind of like, okay, all right,
And you still
all
have,
right.
and you still have Mike Trout, AL MVP candidate pretty much
yeah.
every year.
And
Yep.
Ohtani's not a slouch.
No, not at all.
You
Injury prone, maybe a little bit.
Sure.
Since coming over to US,
Yep.
but if he's going to be more of a DH this year, compared to an actual pitcher DH,
I would hope that for them, honestly.
That's actually what it sounds like, coming off Tommy John and whatever. He can swing a bat. That's fine. It's the pitching motion that's getting him right now. So you might look at him as like a late addition starter, like, you know, all-star break kind of a thing.
Work his way back in. Yeah.
But for the time being, use the guy's bat. He's got power to spare. I mean, let him go.
Do you think he could be effective as a reliever maybe to start off?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Certainly. He could be... I don't
setup
know,
guy maybe,
or a closer.
Yeah,
Be the closer.
If you're throwing those like 20 pitches as like a setup dude, I think he'd be okay.
This is what I'm going to say about the Angels. They are a healthy season away from being really, really good.
Dude, these guys.
I don't know if I would say really, really good. Really, really dangerous is more of what I think I would list them as.
I'm going to go with exciting. I think these guys are going to be a lot more exciting. Like you said, if they stay healthy.
Yep.
Healthy is being the biggest thing.
And that means Albert Pujols, too.
Yeah, no, it does.
Like,
100%.
Yes.
Because when he's healthy, he can still mash the baseball.
The dude can hit, period.
And honestly, I know baseball's different. You have 9 guys. You know, they all kind of need to work as one. But as long as you have Mike Trout on your roster, you have the potential to at least be a little bit dangerous regardless of your standing.
Mike Trout is that one dude that... Yes, it's a 9-player lineup. Mm-hmm. He can carry a team.
He has been.
He is the one guy.
I can't disagree.
He can just carry a team. He can.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Angels just, before getting like Rendon and Ohtani, never really built around him.
And I think they're finally realizing, like,
I think they were trying to by getting Ohtani.
Yeah.
And then after that, like, nothing really happened. And then last year,
the Rendon signings.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that's going to help. It gives them some protection.
Sure.
I mean,
as we all take a drink of beer.
Yeah. Beer's good.
We like beer.
That's it for the Los Angeles Angels. We will dig into the Texas Rangers a little bit. Last year they were 22-38. Some key additions, a big one actually. Left fielder Chris Davis.
Yep.
Not that Chris Davis. Not the guy who
Not
struck
Orioles
out like
Chris
350 times.
This was Oakland Chris Davis, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris with a K.
With a K. K-H-R-I-S. Davis. And then pitcher Mike Fultonich.
Yeah,
I think that's how you say it.
I think that's right.
Yep. Via trade from Oakland. So Rangers, while not especially flashy,
they are
supposed
rebuilding.
They are rebuilding, and I think they might be a little bit better than they were maybe last season. They lost Corey Kluber,
Danny Santana,
Lance Lynn. Best hitters at the plate: Nick Solak, Joey
Gallo.
Thank you,
Gallo,
Joey
there
Gallo.
you go.
And Joey Gallo's not even that good of a hitter.
No,
he's just a masher.
Oh, he's
Exactly.
got power.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. If he gets a hold of one.
Power.
They're not going to be good, but they'll draw some fans.
They'll put on a show.
They will.
Yeah, they will draw fans because they're going to be at 100% capacity.
You know what?
Right? They'll
gonna
probably be that too for a while because people are like, holy crap, we can do things.
I've looked at flights to Dallas. I'm not going to lie.
Can't blame you.
They're going to be that team at the end of the year that everybody's like, oh, crap. We finish off part of the year with Texas. They're going to suck, and yet they're going to be that team that's going to like, man, we might lose a series against these guys.
Yeah, very well could be.
So with that, not a lot to say about the Rangers. I mean, kind of bottom of the barrel, unfortunately for them. But what do you guys think about the AL West? I mean,
you want me to go first?
Yes, we definitely want you to go first.
All right. I think the Oakland Athletics are going to win this division. I think they're the best team in the division. Houston will be there, I'm sure, competing. I don't think it'll be all season. I think Oakland will pull away. Like the Angels, they'll be there, but again, Oakland will pull. It'll be a fight for second between Houston and the Angels.
What do you have? How about a win total? Oh, we'll get to that. We'll pick our division winners first, and then we'll go into win totals.
Okay,
for fun.
Sounds
Jeff,
good.
you want to go next, or
yeah? I'm actually with Francis on this one. I am picking Oakland.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, right. No, I think Houston's going to be right there. I think they're going to push Oakland probably 3/4 of the year. I think come September, though, Oakland's going to just open up enough of a lead that they're just not going to catch them.
It'll be insurmountable.
I think the Angels are going to be a good team. I think they're going to be right there with Houston and right there with Oakland again for the majority of the year. But I think they fall off late. I just don't think they quite have enough in.
I don't think they do
in
either.
The Angels.
Everything
right now,
would have to go right for the Angels.
And I mean, obviously, the Mariners and Rangers are just not going to compete. They're going to be a tough out every now and again, but they're just not going to compete. So, I have Oakland taking this one.
Right on. I'm with all you guys. Oakland definitely takes this division. For all the reasons you guys already said, I don't really have anything to add to it. They're just the better team in this division. Thankfully, because I hate the Astros.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they run away with it, but I think they win it handily enough. If that makes any sense.
Like over under 9.5 games.
Oh, under.
I think under 9.5.
I think it'll be under. I think Houston is good enough and senior enough. They're going to keep that thing under 9.5.
I think it's over.
I think it's over too. I think it's 12 plus.
I think it's more of like a 6-7 game by the end of it.
I don't think the Astros have enough to stay in it that long.
You guys want to go into some win totals?
Sure.
All right. So Oakland is obviously all of our picks for the AL West.
Yep.
I'm interested in what you think the win totals might be. We'll start with Jeff.
I think they're going to be in that low 90s range. I'm going to go 92 to 93, somewhere right in that. 92. I'll call it 92.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 96.
Wow. Okay.
I think they'll win 96. Texas is rebuilding. They're bad. The Mariners are not going to be good again this year. The Angels, as much as I want to see them do well again, don't have enough to compete full time. The Astros don't have enough to compete all season long. I think the A's can beat up on this division quite a bit, like the Twins did in 2019. Beat up on a fairly weak AL Central. So I think the A's will get to 96.
You guys have some good numbers there. I think, though, I'm going to have to probably lean towards the heavy again here with Francis here. I think it's going to be like in the 96, maybe I'm going to say 96 to 99 range.
Sure.
And the reason for that is because with the way that the schedule is set up this year, you play most of your division games. Like, it's more division games this year because they kind of want to keep it more centralized.
Right.
Yeah, closer.
So with the division being as weak as it is, I think they pick up a few extra wins here, and I think that's what gets them in that 96 to 99 range.
Yep. That's fair.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hey, that is the AL West for you. So I guess that puts us where?
At the
NL West.
Let me find my spot here.
Timing is everything?
Nope. It's not one of those things.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out where I put my bookmark here. I think we're good though. All right. So we will get into the NL West preview, which of course includes the Los Angeles Dodgers, which we will actually start with.
World champs asterisk.
Yep.
It's just for you, John Archer.
Beat me to it.
Take it.
NL West preview, Los Angeles Dodgers asterisk. 2020 they were 43-17 asterisk. The NL West champions asterisk. With key additions being third baseman Justin Turner,
Coming back.
pitcher Trevor Bauer,
Asterisk.
national treasure.
Yeah,
Trevor
Right.
Bauer.
Yeah, he is. I love him.
Pitcher Tommy
Cannell.
thank you, and Corey
Neville.
Neville.
Like
Yep.
knife.
Neville? Knife?
Like
You don't,
knife,
you don't say
Knebel,
knife?
knife,
No.
knife, Knebel.
Certainly don't.
You don't?
I
No.
call him Knebel. You're good.
We don't even care.
Whatever. But yeah, the LA Dodgers 43-17 last year. Hard for me to see anything wrong with the Dodgers. Do you have any thoughts, Francis or Jeff?
No, they're gonna pick up where they left off.
Yeah, they didn't lose much, and they gained a national treasure.
They lost nothing and gained a national treasure.
So, I mean, that's just happy news for LA fans right now, and the Dodgers they're Yankees West. I mean, They
It
are.
sucks.
They are.
You know, they put it all together in 2020 asterisk because 60-game season, whatever.
See, and I'm so used to the
And
Dodgers getting 160 games in, and then that's
Right.
when they falter, and they only had 60 of the
Exactly.
160. So
And they when they came playoff time, they literally never left Texas.
nope.
They were in Arlington the entire time.
Yep, that became their home ballpark.
Yeah, 2021 for them is going to be interesting. They added Trevor Bauer, obviously, which helps a ton. Cody Bellinger, his 2020, I mean, again, 60 games, you can't really tell
Right.
a whole lot. He had a down year, technically.
Yeah.
I mean, he technically did, but, I mean, you know, he also set a pretty high standard in his first 3 years.
Yeah, he did.
You know, so,
I mean, you're not wrong there.
you know, I guess, quote unquote, maybe a bounce back year in 2021 for him. But, I mean, spoiler alert, they're going to have the best record in baseball.
Yeah, most likely.
I mean,
I don't see anything that I hate about the Dodgers, and I hate that because I
they
hate the
don't
Dodgers.
have a weakness. Like
And-
that's the worst part.
Oh, God.
Unless the San Diego Padres.
Oh, snap.
Now
I'm
I
gonna
was-
segue into the
I was
Padres.
Go
about
for it.
to
Yep,
say
go
this
for it.
might be a team.
2020, 37 and 23. They were playoff AQ as the second best team in the NL West. They added left fielder Jurickson
I
Profar.
like Profar a lot.
Yep.
Got
Yep.
former AL Cy Young Award winner Blake Snell from the Tampa Bay
Love
Rays.
that.
Maybe
Pick
they'll
up.
keep him in San Diego.
Exactly.
They also got strikeout artist pitcher Yu Darvish from the Cubs. This team is built to beat the Dodgers.
As long
Yeah,
as their
yeah.
youth matures and catches up.
Yep. Yes.
I think
absolutely.
I agree with you. Yes.
They cannot afford any. They cannot afford any dip. Like
No.
their boys have to stay the level they were at plus. They
Like-
cannot afford a dip.
Right. Like I would say, like the Dodgers arrow is flat because they're the champs right now. They're
Sure.
the world champs. The Padres arrow is straight up and down. Like it's going all the way up. Like to these, I would say these would be the two teams I would pick it to be in the NLCS.
I would love that matchup.
A
actually.
Dodgers Padres NLCS is probably the most likely scenario.
It's hard to see any other team right now. Like you said, you know, they went out and traded for you, Darvish, and got Blake Snell. That just
Blake Snell is
Right.
a great pickup. I love that pickup.
borderline ace of that club, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly,
He
I really
probably
think so.
should
Yep.
be.
But I mean, competing with the Dodgers means that they have to play they have to play their best the
18
entire season.
times, yep.
They can't really have a dip. I mean, you're going to have more of that ebbs and flows thing with
Sure.
the full
Right.
season
Sure.
this year, which is
Yeah.
completely understandable. But when you're playing your division, especially the Dodgers, you can't have any dip at all whatsoever.
I take back what I said because it doesn't matter. Whoever wins the division, the other team will get the wild card.
Guaranteed.
And if
Guaranteed.
the winner of the wild card game plays the top seed in the playoffs, and one of these two teams is going to be the top seed in the
Sure.
playoffs.
So chances
So,
are they're going to get that
in
matchup.
we're going to get the stupid 5-game series,
which
in the
I don't
DS.
like that. They need to reformat that a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I want that back to 7.
Because this is what happens too. Like you get two powerhouse teams in the same division, you're screwed.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
one of them's going to get the wild card, and then if
You're
like
never-
Francis
Yep.
just
you're
said,
never
you're going to
gonna
get
get
a
him in the
first
ALCS.
exactly. You're going to
Yep.
get a first
Or
round
NLCS.
matchup,
Yeah.
and
With-
it's going to suck because it's the first round
Right.
matchup. You don't want that. You want to see who the hell is going to
200 win teams playing a 5-game series is a
right.
joke.
That's crap.
And then-
absolute crap.
And then one of them goes on to play like an 89-win team.
in the CS. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have much more to add on the Padres. I
No,
hope-
I mean, just reiterating the fact that
I'm
you know,
rooting for the fathers. I'm rooting for them.
Yes,
I am.
the Papas like it. I mean, just reiterating the fact that you remember Tatis Jr. signed that 14-year, $340 million
Yeah.
extension.
And he's fun to watch. Boy, is he fun to watch.
And honestly, this might be a closer battle than everybody thinks. It could be like the
Oh, yeah.
old like 2018 AL East.
Yep.
If you guys remember that at all?
Yeah,
Yep.
this
Yep.
is gonna have like Frazier Ali
Yeah.
type of slugfest in the NL
Oh, this is
West.
going to be haymaker after haymaker.
Yep.
How many years away do you think the Padres might be winning away from winning a World Series?
2
Jeff?
tops.
2, okay.
I was say 3 or less.
I was gonna go 2. I think
Yeah.
2's good. 2's a good number.
I think if they
three or
don't,
less for
if,
sure.
if they don't win it this year, I can see them making those couple moves next year that get them there.
Yeah.
I would think maybe even some free agents would be like, "Hey, that's a destination spot."
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's get into the San Francisco Giants a little bit. Hey, the thing about doing these previews is like we have to talk about the good teams right away.
Right.
They're like, oh, here comes the other ones.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Whatever.
It's fine.
Once we
It's
get
fine.
into the season, we'll have some good content to talk about.
And everything always changes.
Oh, yeah,
It
absolutely.
always changes.
Absolutely.
I love that about baseball.
San Francisco Giants 2020 went 29-31. Some key additions: they have Aaron Sanchez, pitcher; Tommy De La Salle, second baseman; Lamont Wade Jr., center field via trade with the Twins, and pitcher Alex Wood. San Francisco Giants to me are weird. They're getting better.
Man,
Yeah, they're right
They're-
middle of the pack.
Exactly. Buster
Can-
Posey getting back will help.
Yeah.
Big
Oh
time.
yeah.
I think a lot of it is can they compete with the Dodgers and
Nope.
Padres
No.
where those
Certainly
teams are
can't.
at right now?
Not even
And
close.
yeah, I don't think they can.
The Giants' best bet is second wild card.
The Giants to
best
me,
bet.
That's
That's
the
best case scenario.
Best case Ontario.
the Giants to me feel. Oh boy, yeah. No, the Giants to me feel like kind of like the Cardinals did a few years ago, where they don't seem like they're going to be good, but they might be good.
Yeah.
And, but they're not going to be good enough. Like
They'll
the Dodgers and Padres are just too stinky.
they'll compete in the next few years, but being in the same division with the Padres and the Dodgers it's not going to be 2021 is not going to be
It's
their
not
year.
their year.
I
At
would
all.
say the next 5 to 7 years, the NL West is going to be decided by the Dodgers or the Padres, and the other 3 teams are just there.
That's fine. I agree with that. I agree with that. I can't
mean-
yeah.
And honestly, if they're smart, they realize that and they draft accordingly. And
Yep.
they figure it out accordingly.
Make moves accordingly.
Yeah.
I think they're a 500 team best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Sure.
about right.
All right, we'll move on. Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, they did.
26-34. Key additions.
Key subtractions. Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
Arenado's gone.
When you lose Arenado and pick up nobody,
And Trevor Story not getting an extension. They
Yeah.
made that
No,
completely clear.
yeah.
Trevor Story will not be a Rocky
No,
by the end of the year.
I agree 100%.
He's
They'll-
going somewhere.
they'll trade him,
He's
too.
going
They'll
somewhere.
trade him, and I feel like they're trying to build from within. I feel like they're trying to trade these people for prospects and or draft picks and try to build their farm club
Well,
up. Because
and-
honestly, they haven't had a great farm club at all.
If
For
you're
years.
if you're the Rockies, the one thing you need there is pitching. And you can't go get free agent pitching because nobody wants to pitch in that ballpark because you're giving up home run after home run and whatever. So if you're Colorado, yeah, you know what? If you have to tank and build up your pitching core that way,
At what
So
point
be
do
it.
you lay a little bit of blame on the ownership? Because they were a decent team, a pretty good team, actually.
Even
well,
as
2018, I believe they were
Yeah,
a
absolutely
wild card team, I
rickrolling.
think
Yeah,
they
like,
were. Yep.
Charlie Blackmon was going nuts. And
Charlie Blackmon, Arenado was there. We had just met Trevor Story, I think, at that time.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, how much is that could be like ownership / management? Like,
a lot of it.
did
I
they?
think.
You know, they'd be like, "Hey, we made it this far. We're set. We're going to be able to contend for a while," and then just sit on their
And then they
hands
sat
and
on
do
their
nothing.
laurels, yeah.
And did nothing because they're like, "Hey, we're okay. We'll be fine. We can only get better from here."
And then they got worse and did nothing about it. And
Yeah.
then
continue to
Yep.
get worse and continue to do nothing about it.
I'll say this about the Rockies. They will contend with the Pittsburgh Pirates for the worst team in baseball.
Oof.
And the Orioles.
You're probably
They will be
not
they
wrong.
will be right there.
You're
I mean, I
probably
know
not
they're going
wrong.
to be sub 500, but how far below are you thinking?
They will lose. I think they'll lose 100 games.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they're bad. They're going to be bad.
See, I was putting him in like the
Man.
I was thinking like 90 games, but sub,
I think
sub
they'll,
100. Huh?
I think they'll lose 100
I think I'm
games.
closer to Francis. If they don't lose 100, they're losing 98. I mean, they're going to be right there.
Well, let's hope that they do something with that as far as draft capital and things like that.
Prospects.
So,
Trevor Story for a bunch of prospects.
Hopefully.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the Arizona Diamondbacks. In 2020, they were 25-35, finishing one game below the Rockies. But they did actually make some moves. So some key additions, they had Tyler Clippard, pitcher, third baseman Asdrubal Cabrera, pitcher Joaquim Soria, and pitcher Humberto Castellanos.
You guys remember when Joaquim Soria was like the most dangerous closer in baseball?
For the Royals?
Yeah, and then then he had Tommy John surgery, and he's never been. He's hung around, but he's never been the same since.
No, he's always been good, but he's never had that.
Yeah,
that thing.
Not
that he had
since
before.
his Tommy John surgery.
No. Right.
I used to want him real bad on the Twins.
Yep.
Like, holy crap.
Well, and 3 years ago, that would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, not so much. But
any thoughts on the Diamondbacks, guys?
They'll be fighting with the Giants for third place.
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, I think they jump Colorado without question. Some of just the pitching
Ain't gonna
additions,
be by much,
and but they're not good.
They got a couple of names like Cole Calhoun, Madison Bumgarner, but that's it.
I mean,
that's it.
Yeah,
I mean, if they still had Goldie, I would look at this a little bit more, but they don't. So
I wouldn't even look at it if they still had Goldschmidt.
I wouldn't either. And honestly, they when that happened, it was probably the best for them and Goldie.
Yeah,
well,
honestly, but. The rest of the roster just isn't strong. They won't win many games at all.
No,
not even the division.
Like
the Rockies, these guys are 5 years out. I mean, they're in a rebuild. They are.
It's this division is going to be I would say the easiest in terms of teams that could win it, but the most difficult to actually pick a winner for the next 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
It's Dodgers or Padres.
Speaking of 2020,
but which one is it going to be?
2021 division champion predictions for the NL West. Probably the least surprising of all of this. I'll go first. Dodgers in a landslide. Not a landslide. No, I would say Dodgers by
over under 5 games, 5.5. Over under 5.5.
Over, but not by much. I'm going to put it at. Let's go Dodgers like 108.
Okay.
And let's do Padres
like 102.
102.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeff?
Yeah, I'm going to go Dodgers. I think it's a little bit closer than your 108, 102. I think it's closer on that lines of like 105, 103. I don't think they miss. I don't think the Padres missed this by much. Like I could see this coming down to like an early September random meetup where something happens and San Diego's not on their game and they lose they get swept, and that's the change.
Sure.
Otherwise, I think they're right there all year long. But I think the Dodgers, that talent is just too good.
Yeah,
you can't. They're just too good. I don't.
I'll go. I'm taking the Dodgers as well. I think I have it. I'd probably put it at 6 games. I'd take the over on 5. I'd go like 104-99.
Duh.
That would okay. Yeah, sure.
I just feel like I haven't hit any buttons during the baseball one as much as I do in the football one.
That's fair.
So I got to hit a couple
that's
here
fair.
once in a while.
Yeah, I think it'll be about a 5-game spread between the two, and like Jeff said, they'll probably we don't know, we don't have the schedules in front of us, but I'm sure there's a September weekend series where it's a Friday through Monday 4-game set, and the Dodgers sweep it.
Or at least get like 3 or 4 or something,
That'll be the difference. Yeah, absolutely.
I just think it's going to be closer than like a 6-game spread. The Padres are also too talented. That's the only reason I'm keeping this as close as it is.
Fair enough. Well, hey, not much else to say on this episode for the baseball podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. Appreciate you all listening. I can't wait for the season to start. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Same. So close.
So looking forward to it.
Real close. Spring, summer, and hey, we're going to have fans this year, guys.
Yes,
Dang right.
yes.
Hey, we will be part of them at some point, boys.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes.
All
We
right.
will make this happen.
For the Baseball Podcast, I'm Jake Salter. For Francis Parkman and Jeff Selmanson, thanks for listening. Bye.
Goodbye.
Later, kids.